All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we are going to be in the 140-pound division, where we now have further evidence of the performance of Devin Haney in his fight on pay-per-view against Prrograis. And Bob Arum backs up what Leonard Ellerbe had said and what some other significantly less credible people said about the pay-per-view numbers for that fight. And I'm going to talk about that, tell you what he said, and also I'm going to tell you what I think it means. And then afterwards, let's talk about it in the comments section. So let's talk about that and do that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division, where Devin the Dream Haney had an absolutely incredible performance against Prrograis to take Prrograis' 140-pound title off of his hands, the WBC version of that title, the Saturday before last in San Francisco. Very big moment for Devin Haney, as Devin Haney became a two-weight division champion. He was an undisputed champion at 140 pounds, and now he is in his first fight at 140 pounds. He beats Prrograis to take Prrograis' belt. So everything was fine and dandy, and then things kind of went awry. Leonard Ellerbe had reported, well, actually, let me go back a second, because this is what started it. It went awry when people start to lie. And that is the case usually with Devin Haney and things around Devin Haney. So many things are great about Devin Haney's career, great about Devin Haney as a person, great at Devin Haney as a fighter in the ring, but his team and some very vocal supporters of his team have a habit of making things go awry when they start to lie. So the pay-per-view numbers come out. First reports are things as ludicrous, and obviously ludicrous, as between 200 and 250,000 pay-per-view buys. Anybody that follows the pay-per-view of these fights should know right off the top that that is totally out of sorts with what you would expect for a fight between Devin Haney and Prrograis. And then the talk starts about how Devin Haney is catching up to Gervonta Davis, and basically saying that Devin Haney is now the new A-side to Gervonta Davis, because when Devin Haney fought Prrograis, he did numbers somewhere between 150,000 and 300,000 pay-per-views. While when Gervonta Davis fought Hector Garcia, he only did, I don't know what they said, 5 pay-per-views, some ridiculously low number, maybe 40,000, 60,000, something like that, right? Terrible, terrible, terrible deal. Only problem is that's ridiculous, and so is the numbers coming out for Devin Haney. So what happens then? Leonard Ellerbe, who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions and is clearly still involved with working along with Gervonta Davis's team, comes out and says that the numbers were 1.7 million for the pay-per-view, for the gate, which I'm telling you made perfect sense. And on live streams that I did, when people asked me what do I think the gate was, I said about 1.6, somewhere around there. And the reason that I said that is because if you average $100 a ticket and he sold 16,000 tickets, that looked like $1.6 million to me. So somewhere around there, right? And what does Leonard Ellerbe say? It's 1.7. Then he comes, and nobody argues with that. But they argue with them saying that the pay-per-views are around 50,000 pay-per-views, which quite honestly is what you would expect from that. So people said, Leonard Ellerby's lying, Leonard Ellerby this. Well, guess what? Bob Arum comes out and he doesn't give a number, but on Fight Hype, he is asked about the pay-per-views for the Devin Haney versus Regis Prrograis fight. And he says it was very disappointing. And he gave reasons why he thought it was disappointing. He said, number one, you did the pay-per-view in December. Doing a pay-per-view in December when people are trying to save money for their Christmas holidays and their Christmas vacations, hey, man, it's kind of bad timing. He said he didn't believe that really affected the marketability or the viability of Devin Haney as a pay-per-view fighter, but he said it was just really bad timing. And then also it went head-to-head with the ESPN card that had Robeisy Ramirez fighting Espinoza in a really big upset in a fight, quite honestly, because I was watching them both at the same time. It was a much more exciting fight. I mean, hey, man, I've criticized Top Rank a good amount. I can't criticize that fight. First of all, I'm a big Robeisy Ramirez fan, and I was looking forward to that fight. And, man, I hate that Robeisy Ramirez lost that fight, but that was a terrific fight. And that big boy Espinoza did his thing. So he said it was very, very disappointing. On top of that, you also had Calvin Ford, who is a member of Gervonta Davis's team that was on a interview with the Rise podcast. Shout out to the Rise podcast, who said the same thing. Who's like, even before Leonard Ellerby said that, people had told him that pay-per-view had only done around, he didn't give a number. He said done around those numbers. So look, and he talked about that along with the $20 million offer that they said that they made. And they were like, hold on, man, how is somebody with the numbers that Devin Haney's making going to offer Gervonta Davis $20 million? And there's a way to look at that, but I won't go into it in this particular video. I'm going to do that on another one. But look, man, when you lie, things go awry. There's no reason for people to be doing this with Devin Haney, really. I mean, I understand what they're doing, but just the constant call outs for fights that you're not able to make. Even him talking now, he put up a video the other day or put up a Instagram post with him versus Gervonta Davis on his Instagram right after the WBC announced that he was going to be ordered to fight Sandor Martin. It is very, very clear that what Bill Haney and Devin Haney are doing is doing their media push in their all around Gervonta Davis and trying to build up Devin Haney on the back of Gervonta Davis and a clash with Gervonta Davis, but yet at the same time not really be willing to do what's necessary to get the fight with him. And people can talk about, well, dude, do you really want to see the fight at 140 and at 135 and see Devin as a skeleton? And Gervonta's already been, all that stuff is fine and dandy for us to talk about in the comment section and go back and forth. But ain't none of that is going to move these people in the suits that are paying for the setup for these fights and have their lives and their money invested in this fight as well. Devin Haney cannot fake his way to being a pay-per-view star. Just slap it up on Instagram and tell a bunch of stories about how he did 250,000 pay-per-views. You're not going to get away with it. Yeah, you're going to have to, at some point in time, do what's necessary to really get those numbers. And people didn't agree with me when I said it, but Devin Haney would have set himself up very well in his next pay-per-view if he would have stopped Regis Prrograis. You just got to sit, when you get the dude hurt like that, you got to do what you got to do to get the guy out of there and develop a fan base that really believes you and wants to see you fight for you. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.